Hi guys and welcome to another FIFA 23 SBC video. The first game of the 2022 World Cup is finished. Ecuador beating Qatar. I don't know if I'm going to start maybe doing some reaction videos for the World Cup and uploading them as shorts. I might do one of the not the Qatar fans, the Ecuador fans reacting to the goals against Qatar. That might follow. I'm not too sure if it will. It's not a guarantee. But in terms of the content released today, bit disappointing, bit underwhelming. It just seems to be a dynamic duos as the only content for today. Yeah, nothing else. There was no new pack in the store, no new objective, and then this only in the in SBCs. I don't think there was any new Path to Glory cards added into packs. But for Dynamic Duos, as the group reward for completing both segments, you get 2 Electrum Players packs, which aren't really going to contain too much. But in terms of the players, it is Wales, which EA are focusing on today. Ethan Ampadu, who plays for, I believe that is Spezia. And then Harry Wilson, of course, former Liverpool player, who hasn't really had that much game time this season. I think he's been injured, is a good player. Who's coming as an 85 rated, the same as Ampadu. Of course, there is Ramsey, who you can work towards right now, Path to Glory from objectives. So there are quite a few, good players from Wales that are available now in the game. Of course, Dynamic Duo cards can't be upgraded. But in terms of what they require, and then we'll have a look, of course, at their stats a little bit more in detail. So for Ampadu, it's an 83 rated with a Team of the Week. And then for Harry Wilson, which I think a lot of people might consider doing, 83 rated, 184 Team of the Week. I think that is pretty good for this Harry Wilson card. It will be interesting to see where else you can play him as well. Because if you can play him as a cam, what a card that would be. Ampadu from Spezia, and what was it? An 83 rated of a Team of the Week? I think whatever really to this one. I guess if you're from Wales, you'd be glad to go and do him from that kind of point of view. But if you're running a Serie A team, does he get anywhere near to a Serie A team even at this stage of the game? I wouldn't assume so. I would assume there are far better. We'll have a look at his in-game stats a little bit more in detail. You don't have to complete both of them. Of course, you get the group reward if you can choose to complete both of them. But that's only 2 Electrum Players packs. Personally, I think Harry Wilson's definitely worth it, and I'm interested to see where else, if you can play him in any other position. Of course, in terms of the Welsh players, of course, you have Ian Rush and Ryan Giggs this year. Ramsey, of course, the Path to Glory card that you can work towards. Kiefer Moore, was he Path to Glory as well? No, he was a World Cup star that you can unlock through swaps. And then these are the little mini World Cup cards as well. So Ampadu, where else can you play him? You can play him as a centre-back. What's he in height? 6 foot in terms of height. Do you know what? I honestly think his best position might be a centre-back. I mean, his pace is fine. His defensive stats, aside from heading accuracy, his defensive stats are good enough for a centre-back. His physicality is a bit on the low side. His jumping is excellent. Do you know what? It's not the worst cards in the world, because you look at his passing and you think his passing, 75 overall passing, isn't that good. But, the reason why that's brought down is because of his curve and free kicks and crossing, which, as a central base card, are you really going to utilise those 3 stats that often? Probably not. Fair enough, his vision still isn't great, but his short passing and long passing, certainly short passing, is fantastic. I stand corrected, this card is worth it. Certainly if you want to build a Welsh team. The only problem is, of course, when you have a look at players then from the Serie A, there are in abundance. You've got Brozovic's Path to Glory cards, this Benica card from and Anguissa, both of those from Road to the Knockouts. Paredes that you can get for free from Season's Progress. Medell's Flashback. Don't know if many would have done that. He's not too bad, but there are a good 4 or 5 other better cards already available than him. And this Paredes is a card that you can get for free. You can't get him right now, but he is a better card than Ampadu. But I would argue that his best position is a centre-back. And when you look at centre-backs in the Serie A, I don't think there are quite as many good options. Of course, there's Cordoba and Lucio and Tomori and Bremer as well. But yeah, I would argue maybe his best position is actually as a centre-back for Ampadu rather than as a midfielder. Now, for Harry Wilson, I am very interested by this card, because if you can play him as a cam, I will probably do this SBC to have him at least as a super sub. I really hope he can play him there. 3-star skill moves, I'm fine with that. I'd much rather have the 4-star weak foot than the other way around. High-low work rate is good. You can play him as a cam. You've got to do this SBC. He is going to be a good card. His pace is nice. His shooting, 92 shot power and 90 long shots. His passing with that 94 free kick and 95 curve. Amongst his other good passing stats, his 94 balance as well. His 86 stamina. Outside foot shot, this card. Who have I got in cam at the moment? Harry Kewell? Do you know what? I want to compare him to Harry Kewell. Everyone needs to do this card. Every single... And you don't play him as a right winger. You don't play him as a right midfielder. You have to play him as a cam. Fair enough, he's got... I mean, is it an unfair comparison against Harry Kewell? Maybe a little bit here. But Harry Kewell, I mean, I packed him for free as my what's it called, rewards. World Cup star, hero, pre-order bonus. And he's expensive at over 300,000 coins. And yes, he may well be a better player than Harry Wilson. However, if you look in terms of value for money, Harry Wilson's not a million miles off Harry Kewell. What are their weak foot? And they both have outside foot shot traits. 4-star, 4-star, 2 3-star, 4-star. Better work rate on Harry Wilson than Harry Kewell. The height of 5'8", I kind of prefer. I mean, Harry Kewell's height isn't too bad either. I think I'm doing him. And I kind of want to review this card. So I'm going to be back later on tonight, probably with a review of Harry Wilson. Not guaranteed, but I'll definitely be doing him. I think that's a fantastic card. And Ampadu's not too bad either, but Harry Wilson, really good value for money and a really good card. And make sure you use him as a cam bet. Anyway, guys, that will finish off this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all later.